Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the workshop. So my name is Jennifer Montgomery. I am the owner and lead artist of Crazy Faces Face Painting and Body Art, and we serve the Philadelphia, PA area and the entire tri-state area, and also Key West, Florida. So I'm joining you today from Key West, where I now live. So you're getting a workshop from Paradise, and we are going to learn how to paint your face like a sugar skull. So I love to paint sugar skulls because they are very versatile. They can be as easy or as complex as you choose, and you can use them for events such as Halloween, Day of the Dead, even like formal masquerade balls. So I really like them for that reason, and they're great for all different ages. So for children and adults, it's a really fun design. So I am going to get started. I'm going to show you the products I'm using on the screen so you have an idea, but anything I'm using can be kind of improvised. So I'm sure if you're into makeup, even a little bit, there's probably products you already have at home that you can use that are not necessarily, marketed as face paint makeup. So if anyone has any questions about that, you can go ahead and type them in. And at the end, I'll let you know, specifics if you have any questions about that. And then also, you can also visit my website, which is www.jennifermontgomery.net. So you can see samples of my work there, and also there's contact info. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using just 3 basic colors today, just to keep it simple. And obviously, if you're taking notes or trying to remember everything, it'll just kind of keep it more concise. So I'm going to start with, this is a basic white. And we'll be using that as our base. And I'm going to just show you the other colors also. I'm going to use a teal color today as the other main color. And then I'm also going to use a black, which is going to be for lining and a lot of line work. So in order to apply the white, which is the base, many of us have these kabuki brushes, in our makeup kit. So these are really, really fun to use, and they're easy. Or we can use a sponge like this. I'm going to go ahead with the sponge because that's what I'm most comfortable with. But feel free, if you're following along, to use, even a regular brush would work too. But I would recommend one of the two. So this makeup, it's water activated. So I'm going to spray it with some water, and then I'm going to get the sponge. And this is, when you're getting the makeup, you want to get a lot of makeup on the sponge just so that you get a really nice coverage on your face. So the sponge is black. You're going to see it's fairly white right now. And then I should probably pull this crazy hair back just because it'll be a little easier. So much of this. Okay. So I'm going to start, actually, the way that I do sugar skulls, I like them to look feminine. So I'm going to make a line from my lip, kind of going sort of like above the jawline. So I'm going to go like that. That just kind of gives me something to follow along. And then I'm going to fill in the rest of my face with white. That it gives it a feminine look when it kind of has it's more of a mask look when I do that, which I really like. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in and sponge on the white. So you'll notice, because we're mostly adults here, I think, from what I noticed, that white enhances any blemish we have. So if you have crow's feet or wrinkles, I'm just warning you, don't look too closely with the white, because you're going to see it, because white naturally makes you look kind of dead. So it'll bring out anything that is aging. So I'm just letting you know. And if you want to see what kind of sun damage you have, just put white base on your face and then you'll see, like, surprise. And take your time with the white and blend it in really good. Sometimes that takes a little longer in some instances than others. So I see Kathy Yadlowski's asking, did I prime my face with anything? I already had a little bit of foundation on my face, very light. I'm in a tropical climate, so I don't wear a lot of makeup. So I had a little bit of foundation on my face already, moisturizer this morning and a little bit of bronzer, but just like a dusting. I don't wear a lot of makeup on my face, so you can put this on with, I put it on over makeup all the time, especially if I'm going to do an event and I want to paint my face. I'll just, whatever's already there is, this will just go on top of it because it'll all come off the same when I wash my face at night. So, and thank you for that. That was a good question, Kathy. So thank you. Another good area to really pay attention to is the nose area and the nostrils. So you want to kind of really get it in there so that it's got really good coverage. And I'm not going to cover my lip because I like to keep the lipstick effect on. So it just looks more feminine and more, I think, more like makeup to me when I have like regular lipstick on. My eye makeup's already on, so I already have eyeliner. I am going to go over the lid area, but I have mascara on already, so that helps. And the base coverage is probably the longest. I mean, just because it's the blending and kind of getting it to look even. So like I said, you can kind of take your time with that. And when it gets in the hair, it does look like gray hair. So if that's a concern, you can always use something to kind of mask that so that it doesn't get in the hair or show it. I already have gray hair, so that's okay. I'm fine with that. It is what it is. If you like really press, if you're using a sponge and you just kind of press under the eye, really, really good. It gets any little, if you have any like little wrinkles there, it'll cover it quite well and get in there the way you hope for. So. This is my first time doing makeup on screen, so like this. So bear with me if it, I hope it's coming across okay. And then I see Kathy is actually asking if I recommend putting eye makeup on prior to applying the white base. I mean, that's basically a matter of preference, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I always pretty much have makeup on. It's just I like to wear makeup. It makes me feel good. So so you could do either or. I find it a little bit easier to put it on before as opposed to after. So, but I am going to be covering up some of what I already have on my face with the teal color that we'll be using. So can't see how well this is blended because my lighting's not fantastic, but so I'm seeing some people doing their face. It looks really awesome. So that's good job. Thank you for following along. Another alternative to using a brush and sponge application is if you use airbrush or have an airbrush makeup set up. That actually makes things easier and very, very balanced when you're doing any kind of base makeup application. So I didn't want to do that today because it's not, most people probably don't really have an airbrush laying around. So, but that is something that it works very well also. Okay, so I can't tell how well this is blended with my lighting, but you'll get, this is the idea that you're going to be putting all the white on your face. So, okay, so I'm going to now go in with the teal color. So with the teal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the shape I want of around the eye area. And then I'm going to do that with a brush. And then any sponging I need to do, I will go in. It's almost like I'm going to draw my outline and then I'm going to go in and fill it in. So when you're doing a sugar skull, there is no right or wrong with them. You can be really, really creative. So what I really love to do is I like to make the eyes kind of like a slanted kind of a shape. And then I like to work with different, like, I'm real big on like feminine swirly lines. But as you've probably seen with different sugar skulls, if you've studied them, sometimes they're flower shaped, sometimes they're more angular. So you can really use your creativity and your own preference with how you would like that to be. I would just recommend that making sure that whatever design you choose, that it's balanced so that on either side they look the same. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to do it, and you don't have to follow that exact shape. You can make it your own and make it creative. So I'm using a brush that's basically it's more or less meant for making flower shapes. I like it for makeup with what I'm doing because I like the way that it points, and I think it's got a nice bit of it's like kind of meaty right here, but then when you lift it up, it gets a nice kind of a point on it. So that's what I'm using, but you can use a variety of brushes. You can use a makeup brush like this, or even something more like a liner brush. It's whatever works best for you. And again, when you're loading your makeup brush, you really want to get a lot of makeup on there so that you don't have to go in and apply several times into the makeup. So you can, it's good for timing, and then it creates a really nice balance and a flow when you're doing the design. So I'm going to start on my left eye, and I'm going to create a shape. It's sort of like it'll be like a teardrop shape in a sense. In fact, I'm just going to use the brush for the whole thing. I'm going to fill it in. And I'm not going to go over the entire eyelid because I already have makeup there, so it's not really necessary. If you don't have makeup on already and if you're doing this for an event or an occasion, I would recommend, putting either the entire color there or putting some sort of another type of cosmetic or makeup there. Otherwise, it may look very contrasted and a little bit bare. So I did that with with the one side. I'm going to follow along on the opposite side as well. So Linda's asking, what is my favorite brand of face paint makeup to use? I highly recommend Mayron products. I started with those when I started this 17 years ago. They have a very good reputation, and they're very well known for theater use in the face paint community, body paint community. You'll find they have booths set up at the makeup show all over the country. and it's a really good reputable product that has a very good history. So they're my favorite, but there's so many different ones. Like anything, there's all different types of product lines. Tag is another good one. Wolf Brothers, there's, because I'm in, this is my industry, there's products all day long. But if you were starting out and looking for something that's easy to find online, Mehron, which is spelled Mehron, is a really great product, and I would highly recommend using that. And then also Linda asked, what do I remove it with? Soap and water is the easiest thing. I wouldn't recommend using cold cream. Some people ask me about that. That sets it and it makes it more difficult to get off. But cosmetic wipes, like, the baby wipes, or even baby wipes, soap and water, that's always what I use. I'm not real fancy and into major product stuff. I like to stay as natural as possible. I don't like to use a lot of chemicals. So good old soap and water is fantastic. Okay, so we have the teal over the eyes. I'm also going to take this around the perimeter of the entire design as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So then we have our nose, the nose portion of the design to create. So you can get creative with that. I like, even though it's a sugar skull and it's kind of like a dead look, I still like it to look pretty. So I will start underneath the nose, and I'm going to fill that in, and I'm going to use this blue color. So it's like under your nostrils, you go underneath and kind of fill that in. And then from there, I'm going to go on either side to meet the middle. And then I'm going to fill in. So once that's done, I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to do some line work with the teal color. And this is another area of just being creative. So there's no right or wrong. Like I said, with the sugar skulls, it's kind of like you can start in an area, make some lines or, designs, and then just, balance it out on the opposite side as well. So I like to start usually in the middle of the forehead. And I have this, it's like a liner brush. It's actually it's a number 6 round. So for any artist out there, that's what it is. And I'm going to start right here in the middle, and I'm going to make a teardrop sort of design. And then from that point, I'm going to go, that's kind of like my center. And so these bigger swirly lines I can kind of build off of. I'm going to do the same thing on either side. I'm going to build off of the eye, the blue here on the eyes. I'm going to make some swirls and just different kind of like fun designs. And then I'm going to go down along the jawline too. And again, anything you do on one side, go ahead and just do on the opposite side. So it gets easier as you do one side and then follow along on the other. I tend to keep the majority of the designs on the top and then on the sides. I don't really like to do too much on the top of the lip because I feel like it starts to look like a mustache, and we don't want mustaches at this stage in life. I don't want a mustache. So if you want a mustache, then you can put a design there, but that's not my thing. So I'm also going to take the teal and I'm going to make little like tick marks along this border line here because it's going to give the effect of stitches. So I'm now done using the blue and I'm gonna jump over to the black. So this is basically the final color aside from using any lipstick that we're gonna do. And this is gonna pull it all together. So first I'm gonna line the eye area, the blue that we already did with the black. So we're basically just retracing our steps of what we already did, going over the work we've already done, but we're just using the black. So the nose part with the black can get a little tricky because of the curves. So I would just be aware of that and take your time on that space. And I'm also going to go underneath the nose like we did with the nostrils with the black too. So I'm going over the blue stitch marks with the black. And that kind of makes it more pronounced so you can get the effect. And I'm also going to take this black and I'm going to go over my eyelids like a liner, but I'm going to kind of slant them a little bit because I like the way that the black tends to look over the eyelid. So now if you want to get a little bit more creative with it, you can, I like to make like little dots in little areas. So I'll take some black and I'm going to put dots, small little dots. I'm also going to repeat that with some of the blue. So now that the design is basically done, I'm going to kind of freshen up the lipstick look. So you can use regular lipstick that you have, or I face paint because it's not paint, it's actually makeup. I find that this stuff stays on really, really well. So if you're going somewhere and you're concerned about like, durability or like long wearing lip color, this is the stuff. So I'm just going to use a red. There's not a whole lot left in here, but I'm just using red. And then it's the same concept as, as paint as the face paint, but you're just going to be putting it on your lips. And I'm also going to take the black and I'm going to do stitches over the lips too, so it gives the dead look. And for that, I'm using it's like a script liner brush, so it's a lot thinner over the lip because I feel like it gives a more feminine look. It's still kind of scary pretty, but has more of a feminine look to it. So. And finally, I am a glitter girl. So I have blue glitter, and this is cosmetic grade glitter. So I just want to point out, if you're using any kind of glitter on your face, there's different grades of glitter and different cuts. So it's really important to notice that you're using cosmetic glitter, because if you get because it's a finer cut, so it's really, really soft and powdery, whereas if you're using like craft glitter, say from like the craft store, it's a bigger cut, and if that gets into your retina, it can cause damage. So it's worth it to spend the extra money on something that is actually cosmetic grade, because it's much safer for you. And then if you're using it on children especially, I would highly recommend it. So I'm just going to take the cosmetic glitter and I'm going to put the blue all around the eyes. I'm going to put some here, and then I have also a gold glitter too to make it really sparkly. And it's really pretty to put it on the nose too, because it really, obviously because of the dimensional aspect of it, it really stands out. And then along the jaw is pretty to do the glitter. And if you don't have the colored glitter, if you have just like a regular translucent glitter, that works too. And then I'm also going to use, I have a really pretty gold, it's called Festival Glitter, and I love this stuff. And I'm just going to put it here. And it just basically sticks on. But if you're out like at under like lights at a party, or if you're out in the sun, I do face and body painting for Fantasy Fest down here in Key West. So obviously where it's very sunshiny. So glitter is a good enhancement to any design. And I'm gonna pop some of this on my lip. And then I'm going to take my hair out, and then ta-da! So we have Sugar Skull for your event. So, oh, I see Nancy, that looks really good. Awesome, you did great. And Kara, oh my goodness, how beautiful. I love it. I think I have glitter on my teeth, pardon me. I want to scroll some more. So cool. I can't see the other people. Okay, so those are the people I could see, and you guys did awesome. Thank you so much. So if anyone has any questions, I see Sue from Facebook Live says, do you have to be careful of glitter near your eyes? Like I said, I was just mentioning, Sue, about the cosmetic glitter and the importance of using, cosmetic products they're intended for the face. So I would, if you have glitter near your eyes and it's cosmetic glitter, absolutely not. I've been using it for years and have never had a problem. But if it's not, then yes, you do have to be careful. So, but I just wouldn't even use anything other than that. So, but I think I already answered that. So thank you for that question. And let's see, I don't know if there's any other questions here. It looks like I got everything that's been answered. So yeah, if anyone has anything to ask, or I'm happy to answer any questions. And again, to take this off, it's soap and water. Well, I'm not sure what y'all are using, but I'm using, the face paint makeup. So soap and water will take it off, or cosmetic wipes, or even baby wipes work as well.
Well, this has been great, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And obviously so many people are doing it along with you, because we can see some of them on the screen. You guys did a great job doing the makeup as well. Nancy, Kara, everyone, we can see it looks great. So if you would like to unmute yourself now and say goodbye and thank you to Jennifer, go ahead and do so. And we hope to see you back again at another Girls Night In online event. Everybody have a wonderful evening now. Okay, look here.
Thank you.
Thank you.